Hey everyone, hopped in here real quick today because I wanted to talk about one of the biggest copy mistakes I see entrepreneurs make. And so you're definitely going to want to stay till the end and watch to the end so that you avoid falling into the same trap that so many do, and because it actually repels your audience, the very last thing that you want to do. Now, first, for anyone who's relatively new as an entrepreneur, you might not even really understand what copy is. I know I sure didn't when I started out as a nurse entrepreneur. Copy refers to any text, essentially, that you create around your business. So think about the verbiage on your website, on your sales page, your social media graphics, the text on your post. If you write articles or blog posts, a book, the scripts that you may use for your videos, if you're doing teaching tutorials, all of that is copy. And I could tell you that your copy is easily one of the most underestimated needle movers in your business, but I won't. I'll save that discussion for another day. Today, let's simply focus on one of the biggest copy mistakes that I see entrepreneurs make over and over again. And that mistake is polishing. And nurses really love to polish up the language from their audience so it sounds more professional, more flowery, more, well, just more. Insert anything of choice here. What they fail to realize is that the more you polish, the further away you get from the words that your audience is actually using to describe their problem or their pain and where they want to be. In other words, the more you polish, the less you connect with your audience. Pretty much the exact opposite effect of what you were trying to accomplish, right? I know, but I can't even tell you how often this happens. It's a bit of a sneaky trap. You think that you're making, it sound better. That's the goal, of course. I've never met anyone who was intentionally trying to connect less with their audience, because losing connection is just the side effect of polishing copy. So it often ends up sounding more hypey, maybe more hard sell car salesman like, right? Which also no one wants to be sold to. I'm sure you probably don't want to be sold to, and your audience is no different. They don't want to be sold to either. So I've even had nurses who intentionally watered down their copy, making it more vague because they also thought that it would appeal to a wider audience if they did that. They didn't want to exclude anyone. Which, of course, watering it down and making it super vague is also a version of polishing. And it's equal to the proverbial shooting yourself in the foot, because you'll appeal to less people, not more, when you polish and use vague language in your copy, right? So the question really to ask yourself is, if I were having a conversation with someone who is struggling with a problem that I can solve, how would they talk about it? How would they talk about the problem? How would they describe their problem? How would they describe what it is that they want instead? Where they want to be, right? What's their utopia land, right? So for example, saying that you help people with alternative integrative modalities feels pretty polished, right? I've read that exact copy and from different nurses who were working on their messaging and their language. Now, first, I don't even know, alternative integrative modalities. I don't even know who you're talking to. If you say, I help people or I help you, you don't know who you're speaking to specifically. Name your audience specifically if you want the highest rate of connection and conversion. That's a little bonus tip. But take a look at how they describe their services, alternative integrative modalities. Can you picture someone who is struggling with pretty much any issue? And they would say, you know what I really need? I really need an alternative integrative modality. That would be life-changing, Said no one ever. Not happening. That is polished up big time, okay? And some of it, you think about who you're targeting. Using the word modalities, that's medical jargon, right? That's a medical term that we would use if we were talking to other medical professionals. But I would still challenge you to stay away from the medical jargon. Now, I've seen nurses use the term cardiac events in their help statement as well. Again, if your audience is not healthcare professionals, don't use medical terms. Avoid medical jargon at all costs. I've never heard, think to yourself, have you ever heard of a non-healthcare person say the words cardiac event? Heart attack, stroke, heart problems, absolutely, but never cardiac events if they were not healthcare professionals. It's polished, right? So think about, this is what you're on the lookout for in your copy. I've had nurses who had a program that helped people struggling with anxiety get back to or begin to truly live, right? That's what their help statement was. They helped their clients get back to truly living or begin to truly live. Now, first, again, there should be some red flags going off for you. That's a normalization. I don't even know what that specifically means, truly living, right? Again, I've worked with a lot of people over the years who struggle with anxiety. Never once did anyone say, if only I could truly live. Feel how watered down that is? It's super vague to the point that you literally have no idea what they mean by that. What do you mean by truly live? What specifically how specifically is my life going to be better after working with you, after going through your program, after working with you one-on-one, after receiving your services? That's what your audience wants to know. What's the benefit? What's the after? Right? They already know. They're well entrenched in the before. What's the after? What's your big promise? And so if that's the case, how are they going to, and you say you want them to truly live, when you use things that are normalizations where you can't quantify, there's no way to know when they actually achieve it, right? It's been polished so much that you literally wore right through the paint and there's nothing left. You can't even tell what it's referring to. So I also have seen this when nurses have polished up, again, like the benefit, like the truly live. The result that they are saying, that clients are getting when they work with them. I've seen the words enlightened. I've seen the words transformational over and over again. Here's a hint. That is way overused right now. Everything is transformational. I've seen the words harmony. I've seen the words tranquility. And when I ask them what problem they're actually solving, I can guarantee that the person struggling with that problem would never have described, that what they want is tranquility. They may want to get through a dinner without exploding in a rant at their kids, which is promptly followed by a dump truck load full of guilt. Feel the difference? As opposed to tranquility, right? Which one do you think resonates more with a stressed out mom spinning all the plates between work and home, right? Tranquility? Is that what she really wants? Is that how she talks about what she wants? Or does she say that she just wants to get through dinner in one piece, right? Without exploding. I could go on and on for days with examples like this, but I'm guessing that you're beginning to see what I mean when I talk about polishing copy. And you can probably also see why it's such a big mistake. It's taking you further away from your audience. It's creating less connection. So resist the temptation to frill it up, to make it sound more important, more life-changing, more bedazzled to epic proportions. Because I've just shown you it will likely resonate even less with your intended audience. So if you're tired of wearing yourself out as you try to do all the things as an entrepreneur without recognizing which are actually the few activities that will move the needle in your business, here's an insider's secret. Copy is the lever in your business, and many don't recognize that, which means when you do and you start working on your copy with intention and you avoid these common pitfalls, these common traps like polishing, you will be miles ahead of your competition. Because copy is either doing the heavy lifting in sales for you, or it's making it nearly impossible to get more than a trickle of sales and certainly no traction whatsoever. So do yourself a favor today and take a quick look at how you are talking about what you do, how you do it in the copy on your website, your latest emails, articles, social posts, and see it through the lens of your audience. Be on the lookout for polishing. And when you find it, and you probably will if you're like most people, hightail it back to your market research and start scouring for the actual language your audience is using and get back to connecting with them. Great job today, by the way, taking just a few minutes out to learn about one of the biggest mistakes in copy that will repel your audience and hurt your ability to grow and scale your business. It will serve you well when you take it to heart and implement this in your nursing business. As always, thanks for watching, and remember, we're about empowering more nurses just like you. So if you found this video helpful, be sure to share it and comment, like, and subscribe so that you don't miss any of our resources that help you start and scale your nursing business. I'll see you next time.